Good morning, Tottenham fans. We have a massive North London derby match tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium on a Wednesday night for some reason. I'm not used to that kind of game on a Wednesday night, but yeah, Wednesday, Arsenal versus Spurs. Can we win? In this video today, I want to give you my 5 reasons, 5 ways on how I think Tottenham can win this game. Arsenal have won the last 3 meetings now between us, and I really don't want to make it a 4. I don't even want this to be a draw. We really need to go and get that win tomorrow night. Arsenal are going for a title. We're 12th in the league, but form goes out the window when it comes to a North London derby. Anything can still happen. It's the battle of no attack versus no defense. So is this 0-0 on the cards as well? I got so much abuse. I had to pause then to remember what I was going to say. I got so much abuse when I said Spurs can beat City. City were on the ropes at the time. We had an international break. They were still undefeated at home at the time, 52 games unbeaten. But I said, this is a good time to play City and we can beat them. I got abuse for that. I got called naive, happy clapper, whatever. We went there and beat them 4-0 and I didn't get no apologies. I also then went on to predict a win against Liverpool just recently in the League Cup. I said if we play the way I know we can play, tight at the back and counter, I said we can win this. Again, we won. I got so much abuse for that. No predicting a win. And so don't take this lightly. When I'm telling you now, I'm predicting a win at the Emirates for the first time in a long time. I think this is a good time to play Saka FC, and I think we will beat them. I really do. I'll give you my score prediction at the end as well. So, reason one, the first reason why the way I think that we can beat this Arsenal side is play a counter-attacking football. If you noticed in the cup games, we seem to play more counter-attacking than we do in the league games. But we need to take that into our league games now because it worked against City when we beat them 2-1 that time, playing counter-attacking football. We played counter-attacking football in the second half against City when we beat them 4-0. That was actually in the league that time, so that was good. But then when we played Liverpool, it was counter-attack football again against them, and we ended up with the victory and a clean sheet. Clean sheet in 2 out of the 3 times that we've played counter-attacking football. So it's a good omen to play that way. We're one of the best counter-attacking sides in the league. So last time we played the Gooners, they sat back and defended for 90 minutes. Very boring football, and they relied on set pieces to beat us. But they're at home, so I'm expecting them to come out and be a little bit more open this time. The blueprint is set now to beat Arsenal. Sit back and counter, and you will beat Arsenal. They're very blunt up top. Anyone that's played them in this way has beaten them recently. Man United just done it. Newcastle played that way and beat them. So, if Ange has any tactical nous about him, like a lot of people say he hasn't, but I say he has, he will win the day with this counter-attacking football. Number 2, this coincides with number 1, really. So we need to score the first goal. Scoring the first will bring Arsenal onto us even more, which will cause us to have even more counter-attacking football, leave their defence exposed, leave Saliba and Gabriel exposed while Arsenal are trying to come forward for the equaliser. And I think that's where we can hurt them the most, when Arsenal really need to get an equaliser. Number 3, nullify Odegaard. Seems obvious, but without Saka, Arsenal are very blunt up front. Not very scary at all, in my opinion. For spending 700 million and you haven't got a striker, it's very strange to me. Especially when you're going for a title. Every title winning side has a decent striker, and Arsenal haven't, and that's the problem. They've got a good winger in Saka, but no decent striker. Stopping Odegaard supplying the 4 players that they have got will give us a massive chance of winning tomorrow, in my opinion. Number 4, Spence and Porro locking down Sterling and Martinelli or Trossard, whoever they play. Either or, it's going to be the same for me. Recently against Liverpool, Porro and Spence were superb and locking down Liverpool's front line. And in my opinion, Liverpool's front line are much better than Arsenal's front line, and they managed to do so. Especially Spence against Salah. If he plays as good as he did against Salah, against Sterling, and Sterling won't even get a sniff in this game at all. Not only that, I think Sterling will have to worry about Spence coming forward. So Sterling will have to do a lot of backtracking as well, which I don't think he likes doing. And, Spence is more athletic than him, faster than him, stronger than him, and, my opinion, better than Sterling. So Spence is now, in my opinion, one of our probably the best fullback we have now. He can play out of position and still look just as good. He's a very, very good player. Sterling's going to have a very tough day if Spence is on his game. This will also lead to more counter-attacking. If Sterling gets caught out and Spence goes forward, it's going to cause even more excuses for us to counter-attack Arsenal's back line. Number 5, win the midfield battle. Now, this is the one where I think is going to be the toughest of the day. It's a cliche that if you win the midfield, you win the game. So Arsenal midfield is strong. I'm assuming they're going to play Partey and Rice in a double pivot in the midfield, with Odegaard in the 10. I've already spoke about nullifying Odegaard. So basically, what's Rice's and Partey's job against Tottenham tomorrow? Are they going to be trying to help the attack, or are they going to be trying to nullify our attack? We'll have to wait and see on that. But I believe if we played Biss in the 6, Sarr in the 8, and Bergvall in the 10, not Maddison, Bergvall in the 10, I think there'd be enough energy in there and strength to compete with their midfield. I'm not saying our midfield is better than their midfield, but I'm saying that with those three, I think we can compete. Bergvall's come on leaps and bounds, putting in performances against Newcastle and Liverpool's midfield, who I think are very, very strong midfields. And so he deserves to be trusted against Arsenal and the Emirates, because his range of passing is very good. His tackling is strong. He's relentless running. He just deserves to be playing. I know he's only 18, but he's been playing so good. He might as well be rewarded for it. Kingsky's going to be good. It's going to be key to this as well. Last time we played Arsenal, we really struggled playing out from the back. Kingsky's strength is playing out from the back. So, and his switches to long balls as well, it makes us less predictable than in other games against Arsenal before. He also looks pretty strong from corners and from long throw-ins, as we saw against Tamworth. So he's pretty good at in the air for corners and stuff, which will nullify the threat from set pieces from Arsenal, and the attacks won't be so severe. My prediction for this game, if all this goes to plan, like I'm saying, and Spurs do this, I really think that Spurs can get a victory here, either 2-0 or 2-1. I'm going for 2-1 because Arsenal are at home, and we have no defence, so I can't really predict a clean sheet, but I still think we're going to nullify them a lot. Their attack is very poor at the moment, very struggling for confidence. I think 2-1 to Spurs. Can we beat Saka FC? If you think we can beat Saka FC, please smash that like button. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps this channel grow. And come on, you Spurs!